hard to give you the setup towards the end. There he is, Shane Stewart. Grab a quick chat with Gary Brazier before we go. Gary out of position 3, good to see you back in Queensland, but you won the first round of Speed Week, but not much after that. This is the way they will line up for the Capalaba Wreckers Gold Cup. Out of position 1, James McFadden in the NQ25. The Q7 of Robbie Farr out of 2. 21 of Gary Brazier out of 3. The 83 of Dave Murcott out of 4. The USA 77 of Shane Stewart in position 5. Position 6, the USA 89 of Rico Abreu. Car 18 out of position 7, Dave Muir. The USA 14 of Jason Myers out of 8. Out of 9, the NQ47 of Jason Johnson. Position 10, the USA 17 of Donnie Schatz. Out of 11, the S51 of Dylan Jenkin. Out of 12, the Q2 of Todd Wanless. The Australia 1 of Brooke Tatnell out of position 13. The Victoria 37 of Grant Anderson out of position 14. The NQ83 of Brian Mann out of 15. Position 16, car 25 of Andrew Shirley. Car 68 of Cameron Gesner out of 17. 18, the 58 of Peter Lack. Folks, full wide salute to you, the crowd. Give them a big round of applause as they come round. Wave your caps, your programs. Stand up and let them know you appreciate their efforts here tonight. That's it, folks. Let them know. Stand up, give them a round of applause as they get ready to battle for 35 laps. $10,000 to win. Position 19 is the SA24 of Ricky Mayolo. And rounding out the 20 car field, the 67 of Paul Morris. Come on, turn 3. Let's hear you. Cheer these guys on as they come round. A full wide salute. Up there on the hill, let's hear you. Come on guys, on the front straight, you gave the biggest cheer before. Bill now splitting up into their rows. They will line up behind the Super Cheap Auto pace car, which has done a runner on the field. So the field assembled for 35 laps. McFadden has elected to take the bottom side of the racetrack. Out of position 1. Farr out of 2. If he hasn't got the drive up there, he'll be looking to come down quickly. But Brazier will not give him an inch. Murcott might be the benefactor of it all. Back there in position 4. Yellow lights are out. The pace car is in. The Action Metal Recycler sign shakes as the field rumbles past. Into 3. We come to the stripe. Farr's on the gas early. McFadden down the bottom. Farr tries to shut the door. Farr does exactly that. Marcott's on the high side. Brazier down the inside. McFadden's been carved up. He's back to 4th. Stewart settles into 5th. Then it's Abreu and Muir. Farr's on a runner. McFadden looks to come down the inside of Brazier. Nice pass from McFadden on Brazier. Jason Myers out over the cushion and in no man's land. Trying to get it out. Donnie Schatz and Myers run side by side. Abreu in front of Schatz. Schatz now moved up. Johnson in behind as well. Grant Anderson trying to get out from Wallace. The back of Todd Wallace. Brian Mann just in behind with Cameron Gesner. Robbie Farr leads. Murcott second. McFadden's in the 4th. Brazier. Shane Stewart's in the 5th. Then it's Biggie, followed by Schatz, who's moved up a couple of spots early. He's got past Abreu, and he's left Jason Myers behind. Then it's Johnson, Wallace, Tatnell, who's come up a few spots. Dylan Jenkins. Then we got Brian Mann, Gesner, Anderson, Shirley, Morris, Lack, and Miolo runs out of the field. Farr driving the high-tech oils, East Coast Pipeline, Maxon. Hard on the gas, Robbie Farr. Brian Mann further back in the field having a battle with Brooke Tatnell. top spot. McFadden now hunts, puts the blinkers on and sets sail after Robbie Farr. Farr cannot get past Mayolo, now he does. The TRG transport heading along Ricky Mayolo. Here comes Murcott back on the bottom side of McFadden. McFadden gone to the top. Can't do it there. Stewart gets him as well. McFadden now back to fourth. Brazier and Shots are in there as well. Traffic having a big part in this fight. For the race lead, Farr. Murcott, here comes Stewart. Stewart bumps Mayolo out of the way. McFadden tries to go around the top side still on Ricky Mayolo. Can't do it there. Now he's going to try to go down the inside. Shots around the outside of Brazier. Shots now up to fifth. Brazier back to sixth. He'll be passed by Myers on the outside. Arborou's got underneath Morris. Johnson still fighting with Tandel and Mann. McFadden cannot get past Mayolo. Shots caught up in that fight as well. Mayolo now gets out of the way and McFadden comes down the bottom. Shots tries to go around the outside. Shots, the Monty Motorsport. Moves up a spot. Oh, Brazier! Gary Brazier, a huge crash for Gary Brazier on the front straight. That was a big tip for Brazier. He got caught up with Ricky Mayolo and he rode the fence. That was a big one for Braz. Brazier is still in the car at the moment. The crash crew over there checking on him, making sure that he's A-OK. Oh, he's out of the car, folks. Give him a big round of applause. Six-time Australian champion, Gary Brazier. There'll be a lot of damage on that Capalaba Records Maxim. Robbie Farr caught in the traffic there, got chased down by Dave Murcott and James McFadden. McFadden got past Murcott up into second and then lost that. Went up to the high side of the racetrack and just lost ground. Now sits in fourth spot behind Shane Stewart. And Donnie Shots had just got underneath him as well. So McFadden may well restart back in about fifth or sixth spot. Donnie Shots on the move. Stewart sat in third. Murcott was second. Understandably, Gary just keen to get back in the pits and have a sit down, I think.
Like you said, Trev, that was huge. Very, very big indeed. Just watching the replay up here. As usual, Shane from High Performance Videos captured it beautifully. The boys next door have had 4 or 5 looks at that. But you're quite exactly as you called it, actually.
Jason Myers running on the top side of the racetrack, trying to cut a line and get it moving around the top side, and then decided to come down the bottom, made up a few spots. Still 13 laps left to run up on the Super Cheap Auto scoreboard. But when they go back to green, Robbie Farr has a clear racetrack. That's the most important thing. No longer is he stuck in the traffic trying to get round the slower cars. He can just concentrate on getting around the raceway without having to worry about the cars in front and perhaps who's behind. Guys over there on Farry's car, all the officials, just making sure that nobody does anything that they shouldn't do under this red condition. Guys down there working away on Shane Stewart's car. McFadden next to Donny Shots. Murcott's car, Dave Sharman just letting the jack down on the back of the mainline Dynalog Dynamometers Queensland Speedway Spaz Eagle chassis 83 car, part of the 2-car Dave Horrell Motorsports stable. Mayolo back underway. Also Paul Morris. Yellow lights out. 13 laps left to run. Robbie Farr closes the field up, down the back into turn 3. He's on the gas. Farr tries to get a break on Murcott. Murcott drives off to turn 4. McFadden's got Jason Myers in his back pocket. The field gets through there. Arborou's gone high. Man's gone through. Shots very high. McFadden comes underneath Shots. Can McFadden get back 4th spot? Shane Stewart trying to drive off the front side and get Murcott. Can't do so. Shots on the top side. McFadden down the bottom has to get out of the gas. Shots get the position back. Myers now tries as well. Jason Myers on the high side with Donny Shots trying to get around James McFadden. Shots moves up the track. McFadden drops off the bottom, takes away the position. McFadden now up to 4th, gets over the cushion. Shots comes back. Shots back in between him and Myers. Swapping left, right and centre is McFadden and Shots. At the moment, Shots has got the upper hand in 4th. Farr's got the upper hand over everybody. He leads the race. And comfortably. Myers front end off the deck. And Dave Newell got through. Myers very slow off too. Arboreau tries to drive around the outside, couldn't do it there. Shots and Stewart run nose to tail. Trying to get Dave Murcott. Murcott sits in 2nd spot. Farr's got 7 to go this time by. Rico Arboreau around the outside of Brian Mann. And Myers also. Johnson. Tandall, Jenkins. Stewart, Donny Shots, Stewart and Murcott. Shots on the outside of Stewart. McFadden's back in 5th. Robbie Farr leads. Off turn 4, the laps tick down. 5 to go for Farr. Robbie Farr. Yellow lights come on. And I think it's for Paul Morris, Gesner, Anderson, Mayolo, Lack and Morris. 6 laps left on the Super Cheap Auto scoreboard. Farr's on it early again into 3. Goes up high, Murcott, down the bottom. Farr gets a drive off there. Shane Stewart's gapped, Donny Shots. Rest of the field comes off Tim and 4. Past the cone, everyone back underway safely. McFadden's gone high once again. Stewart. Almost stalled the car back corner off turn 4. Brian Mann gets the wheels up. Johnson and Tadler are at it. Shots around the outside of Stewart. Can he make the pass? Donny Shots up into 2nd. Shots trying to get Murcott. Can't do so. Stewart trying to come back to the lead. He's going to turn around and Morris on his side. Paul Morris on his side. Cameron Gesner turned around. Morris turned his car around to avoid it. Just made contact with the left rear of Gesner's car and tipped the Super Cheap Auto J&J on the side. 4 laps left to run. Can Robbie Farr walk away with $10,000? Same as he's always done at the restarts, on the gas in 3. Murcott stays down the bottom. Shots up high. Look at the speed. Shots carries into turn 1. Tries to go around Murcott and he does. On the gas now for Shots. He's out after Farr. He's on the high side. Farr's down the bottom. There's 3 to go. Donny Shots is on the charge. Shane Stewart trying to pull a slide job on Murcott. Look at McFadden on the high side. Stewart gets through. Farr on the outside. Shots on the outside. Farr down the bottom. There's 2 to go. for Donny Shots. Far moves up the racetrack. Shots is there as well. Here comes Shane Stewart. There's one to go after this. Shots is on the bottom. Can he get the drive? Far gets it. One to go. Shots, Stewart, McFadden's up the fourth. Burcott's back to fifth. There comes Jason Myers. Robbie Farr's going to walk away with 10 grand. Far on the high side. Here comes Shots. Robbie Farr takes it. Shots in second. Stewart third. McFadden's in fourth. Then it's Burcott, Myers, Archerfield, Mann, Muir, Johnson, Tadner, Wallace, Jenkins, Shirley, Anderson, Lack, Gesner, Mayolo and Morris rounds out the finishers. What a great 4 laps to the end of the 3rd annual Capalaba Wreckers Gold Cup. And put your hands together for the man who's $10,000 richer, Robbie Farr.
Oh, I tell you what, Trev, how good was that? That's what we all came to see, folks. Really trust you enjoyed it.
Woo! On you, Robbie.
Don't forget, of course, we got the presentations coming up. Friday and Saturday, Super Cheap Auto World Series Australian Sprint Car Open, presented by Performance Wholesale. First night, as I said, supported by Amcas and Mod Lights, and the second night, the big night, late models and wingless sprints will be in support. Well, Trev, we say it every time, don't we? It just seems to get better and better and better out here at Queensland's home of Speedway, Super Cheap Auto, Archerfield Speedway. I'm sure you agree. John Kelly's done a marvellous job with this track, hasn't he? Because, you know, after the about a year ago, took a while to get that track back, because bear in mind, folks, that we had up to 4 rows of seats in the grandstand under water. And to have it come back like this, and it has been this way for quite a while, it's just quite amazing, really.
Yeah, it has. The amount of hours that John and a few other guys have put in since the floods last year, turning this track over, digging it up and turning it over, and just trying to get the moisture out that has sunken deep into the track that kept seeping up through it during race nights, and just putting more moisture in it than it really needed, and used to tear itself up. They've done a tremendous job, and as you say, like probably round 2 of the season, this track has been pretty much the way it is now. It's been tremendous. And once again, you know, the guys tonight were all saying that the track's been great. So plenty of lanes of racing available there. You could go wherever you wanted to go. And these 3 guys out front put on a great show, I got to tell you.
Well, like you said, 3 lanes of racing. Donny was alluding to that in one of your interviews after one of his heat wins. And yeah, I'm sure he'll reinforce that come presentation time. What a drive, and tremendous effort by everybody, actually. Good to see the camaraderie down there too, Trevor. You know, I saw Donny go straight over to Robbie, and
What did you say?
they were a very firm handshake there, and smiles all around. They're all keen competitors, but at the end of the day, they're all out there and trusting one another implicitly out there.
Well, Brisbane, what did you think of that for 35 laps of sprint car racing? Great job from everybody involved. A big thank you to Chris Lawrence from Capalaba Wreckers for once again getting behind the Capalaba Wreckers Gold Cup, 10,000 to win tonight. Great job, Chris.
Thank you. It's a awesome sight, and these things in full flight, there's nothing better. And thanks everybody for coming out, and it's a great event to support. I love it.
All right, let's get on with the presentations. In third tonight, driving the Kratzman's Caravans BK Trading 77. Put your hands together for Shane Stewart. Congratulations, Shane. Well done. Mate, bit tough out there throughout the whole 35 laps. You were duelling with Donnie and of course, young James McFadden and the rest of the guys. It was a bit of a yo-yo there at one stage. You'd go up and come back, and you go up and come back. But towards the end there, you managed to get third.
Yeah, just just a true testament to how strong the World Series really is. There's a lot of great teams and great drivers, and just it's a privilege to be up there to be able to bang wheels for the win. I actually thought Donnie was gonna maybe spook Robbie a little bit and get him off the bottom, and maybe I could sneak by him. But they both raced a great race, and just got to keep Donnie behind us. That guy's a man on a mission when it gets slick like this, and he does the same thing to us at home. So, just can't thank Tony Cochran enough. He works really hard. All the guys that help him. Of course, Brent Kratzman and his father, they put together a great car for me to come race, and just a pleasure to be here.
Congratulations once again, Shane. We'll get you to jump up on the dais there in third spot. In second tonight, driving the Luchmonte Motorsport, J&J, put your hands together for Donnie Schatz. Congratulations, Donnie. You tried hard on Robbie there with the last 4 laps. You tried up high, you tried down low, and you tried to slide, but Robbie just wasn't going to budge.
Yeah, I gave it everything I had. It wasn't quite enough, but it was my own fault. I mean, these guys have been trying to talk me into putting wicker bills on this thing for 3 nights now, and I keep saying no, but I guess we're going to have to.
During the middle part of the race there, you were sort of stuck in the traffic, sort of around 8th and 9th position, and you probably spent more laps there than you really wanted to.
Well, that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, I put myself in a major hole qualifying. To qualify 22nd, come up and start 10th is a major feat, and to get through there, I mean, it was a tricky track. I mean, there was very little on the bottom, and you just kind of had to go where everybody wasn't and try to force them into making a mistake. And I did that most of the race. Towards the end there, kind of forced Robbie to get up there and use up the racetrack, and he did a good job. So, them guys deserve to win. They had a great car. We gave it everything we had. We come up a little bit short, but consistency will pay off for us here, and the big night's coming up. So hopefully we can be in the right spot and get a little bigger trophy on that night.
Certainly is. It's the race you love here at the Australian Open, 20 grand to win. Congratulations tonight once again, Donnie. We'll get you to jump up there in second spot. And the winner, $10,000, the High-Tech Oils, East Coast Pipelines, Robbie Farr. Congratulations, Robbie. Well done. Mate, the start was all important for you. You got the jump on James and you came down and he just had to button off, and after that you just ran off.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to get that done on the start. It was obviously better to start on the bottom there, and just got enough speed on him and just got beside him in the ender and one there, and just carried a bit more momentum, and he buttoned off. And that was probably a lot to the race. Obviously, we just went to the bottom then, and everyone was sort of following us. I guess Donnie went looking later, and he was coming pretty quick. I'm glad we won 36 laps because I took his line off him once. He wasn't going to let me do it too many times. But great for East Coast Pipeline Racing, Orcon, High-Tech. Vermeer, everyone that sponsors his team. Good bunch of guys. We taught the front off one on Sunday night, and boys worked. They drove back from Warrnambool, got back to the shop, put a new car together, and it's just good to repay them.
That first stoppage, I guess you sort of were glad to see that because you were stuck in traffic and the guys were coming at you and they'd closed the gap down that you created, all because you just couldn't get through the traffic. You were just stuck behind a few guys who were having their own race.
Yeah, it was kind of a hard race because it was so slow on the bottom. We just kept waiting for someone to come on the outside, but on that red and that, the boys said sort of everyone's doing the same thing, and so we just stuck at the bottom. And then when I seen Donnie, I just had to go looking around a little bit more. But we're happy, and the yellows didn't hurt us, the reds didn't hurt us, and we got a couple when we wanted them, probably a couple when we didn't. That's just the way it goes. It's a win that you needed, Robbie. Congratulations, well done. Jump up on the podium there and take the spoils of victory, Rob. Put your hands together for Shane Stewart, Donnie Schatz, and the man who's $10,000 richer, Robbie Farr.
Well, what a night. What an absolute cracker of a night. And of course, Friday and Saturday will be no different whatsoever, folks. Congratulations and oh, sorry, Trev, where you go?
Oh, no, but I was going to say, you're dead right. Of course, Friday and Saturday night, there's a lot of people who aren't here tonight who are missing. Of course, you've got Stephen Lyons and Max Dumsney, just a few of the guys that are going to come through as part of the World Series trail that the Australian Open is. It is round 9 of World Series Sprint Cars and doubles as the super cheap auto, $20,000 to win Australian Open. As I said, Donny Schatz, he loves the race. He's won the last 3. Of course, last year wasn't run due to the floods, but as I said earlier on tonight, you can't erase that from your memory when he won in 2009, lapped the entire field, green to checker for 50 laps.